Hey everyone, we are going to be looking at reflections, vertical stretches, and vertical compressions. Let's first look at a reflection. So if we have our function y equals f of x, okay, our first type of reflection is going to be in the x-axis. So reflection in x-axis. All right, we would write it this way. Y equals negative f of x. Okay, now what does that mean? It means that it changes the y coordinates, because if we were to look at an xy axis, all right, if I have this point 2, 1, if I change the sign of the y coordinate, it reflects it in the x-axis. Okay, and then we have a reflection in the y-axis. Well, that means we're going to have to change the sign of the x-coordinate. So how would you do that? It's f of negative x. It means change the x-coordinate. Why? Well, if I were taking this same original point and I wanted to reflect it in the y-axis, that means I have to change the sign of x. So instead of this being 2, 1, it would be negative 2, 1, making it a reflection in the y-axis. Now, another thing we're going to look at as far as how the notation is are vertical stretches and compressions. So a vertical stretch is this. Y equals some number a times our f of x. Now, here's the stipulation. A has to be greater than 1. So that means it's a number larger than 1 multiplied times the function. Okay, and then a vertical compression would be this. Y equals a times f of x. And you're like, what? It's the same. Well, no, it's not. How is it not? Here is how. The value of a. Because a will be between 0 and 1. What does that mean? That means the value of a is a fraction, like 1/2 or 2/3. Okay? When it's a fraction multiplied times it, it shrinks it. It compresses the function vertically. And when there's a whole number multiplied times it, it is a vertical stretch. So let's take a look at a problem here. What if we have this? Y equals negative 8 x squared. Okay, well, what is this? This is a reflection. And since this is outside here, not inside of parentheses, it has to be a reflection in the x-axis. So we have reflection in x-axis. That's what the negative does. In x-axis. And then this 8. Well, if I took the absolute value of 8, 8 is definitely larger than 1. So this would be a vertical stretch of 8 units. It's like 8 times the graph, so it makes it really, really tall. It stretches it out. Let's look at one more. What if we had y equals 1/4 x cubed? All right, well, our function family is the x cubed. This 1/4 is less than 1, but it's larger than 0, so it is a vertical compression. And it's by a factor of 1/4. All right, not too bad. Have fun with your functions, everyone.